Hidden beyond the dark mountain lies a magical forest unlike any other. At its heart stands the source of life, an ancient tree whose magic keeps every creature in the forest alive. Its only protector is the guardian. One harsh winter, a grieving king arrives carrying his sick daughter, begging the guardian to save her. Moved by his desperation, the guardian gives him a single drop from the source of life. The miracle works, his daughter survives. But the king returns, this time with an entire army. Instead of asking for help, he tries to steal the source of life so he can live forever. A brutal battle erupts. The guardian destroys the invading army, but his own power accidentally sets the forest ablaze. By the time it's over, both nature and mankind have paid the price for one man's greed. From that day forward, the guardian makes one unbreakable rule: no human may ever enter the dark mountain forest again. Years pass, the forest slowly heals, and spring finally returns. As every magical creature awakens from its winter sleep, a young forest spirit named Mafka joyfully welcomes the new season. Kind-hearted and gifted with powerful magic, she spends her days healing animals, protecting plants, and bringing life back to the forest alongside her unusual companion, Cat Frog. While helping the forest bloom again, Mavka reunites with her cheerful friend Hush, the spirit of sound, who arrives riding a giant crane. Life inside the forest finally feels peaceful again, but outside, trouble is already on its way. In a nearby village, a talented young musician named Lucas dreams of becoming a famous performer. His flute playing is loved by everyone around him, but his performance is suddenly interrupted when he learns his uncle has become seriously ill. Lucas rushes home, where the village healer delivers heartbreaking news. The only medicine that can save his uncle is available in the city, and Lucas can't afford it. Even after emptying every coin he's saved, he still doesn't have enough. His uncle quietly accepts his fate. Lucas refuses to. At that very moment, Princess Kalina arrives in the village with an offer that immediately catches everyone's attention. She promises wealth and prosperity if the villagers help harvest timber from the forbidden dark mountain forest. The excitement disappears instantly. Everyone knows entering that forest is practically a death sentence. Seeing an opportunity, Lucas approaches Kalina, desperate for work. She offers him a dangerous mission: travel into the dark mountain forest, find a rare magical leaf, and she'll pay him enough money to buy the medicine. Knowing he has no other choice, Lucas accepts. Meanwhile, deep inside the forest, Mavka hears the cries of an injured wildcat cub. She discovers one of its legs caught in a human trap. Using her magic, she gently heals the cub before destroying the trap completely. Moments later, she's summoned to an important gathering. Every forest spirit has already assembled before the aging guardian. His announcement leaves the entire forest in stunned silence. He's growing weaker. The time has finally come to choose a new guardian. The spirits can hardly believe it. When someone suggests Mavka could be chosen, many immediately object. She's compassionate, too trusting, far too gentle to protect the source of life from humans. The guardian simply smiles. The forest will choose the one it truly needs. Meanwhile, Lucas enters the forbidden forest with Kailana's 2 guards. Before long, they spot a herd of wild buffalo. Instead of focusing on their mission, the guards decide to hunt them for fun. Lucas immediately steps in, ruining their shot and allowing the herd to escape. Furious, the guards abandon him. Find the leaf yourself. The frightened buffalo race toward a deadly cliff. At the last second, Mavka uses her magic to calm the leader, safely turning the entire herd away. Realizing a human caused the panic, she heads off to confront the intruder herself. Lost deep inside the forest, Lucas is amazed by the strange creatures surrounding him. Unable to find the magical leaf, he eventually sits beneath a tree and begins playing his flute. The melody stops Mavka in her tracks. She came to drive him away. Instead, she stands there completely mesmerized. She's never heard anything so beautiful. When Lucas finally notices her, he mistakes her for a forest spirit and panics. Trying to run, he crashes straight into a tree branch and knocks himself unconscious. Moments later, Hush arrives. He immediately tells Mavka to report the human to the guardian. She refuses. If the guardian discovers Lucas, he'll never leave the forest alive. Instead, Mavka secretly decides to help him. When Lucas wakes up, he finds himself riding on a wild buffalo with Mavka and Hush guiding him through the forest. Hush doesn't trust him for a second. Mavka does. As they talk, Lucas explains why he came. He isn't hunting magical creatures. He isn't looking for treasure. He's only trying to earn enough money to save his sick uncle. Hearing his story changes everything. Determined to help, Mavka makes an impossible decision. She'll secretly give Lucas a drop from the source of life. Even Hush is shocked. Helping a human breaks every rule the forest has. But after seeing how much Mavka trusts Lucas, Hush reluctantly agrees. Meanwhile, the two guards wander deeper into the forest. This time, the forest spirits attack. Barely escaping with their lives, they flee in terror. As the journey continues, Mavka becomes fascinated by Lucas's flute. She assumes it's some kind of magic. Lucas laughs. It's not magic, it's music. Then he shares his biggest dream. One day, he wants to leave the village and become a famous musician. The closer they grow, the harder it becomes for Mavka to see humans as enemies. Eventually, they reach the source of life. Before Mavka can help Lucas, the Guardian suddenly appears. Fortunately, Hush has disguised Lucas with leaves and vines. The Guardian mistakes him for one of the forest spirits and invites everyone to the ceremony that will choose the next Guardian. Hush nervously plays along, terrified they'll be exposed. Meanwhile, back at her estate, Kalina receives terrible news. The mission has failed. Then something even worse happens. Part of her face suddenly ages before her eyes. Panicking, she uses her very last drop of the source of life to restore her youth. Now, she has nothing left, and she'll do anything to get more. That night, every forest spirit gathers beneath the source of life. The four ancient elemental spirits appear together. One by one, they pass their power into Mavka. The forest has chosen its new guardian. Not everyone accepts the decision. Several spirits openly question whether someone as kind as Mavka can truly protect the forest. Unable to stay silent, Lucas defends her. The moment he speaks, everyone realizes the truth. He's human. Chaos erupts. The forest spirits immediately attack. Mavka helps Lucas escape before ordering the creatures of the forest to chase him away. Cornered with nowhere left to run, Lucas prepares for the worst. Instead, Mavka secretly saves him. She gives him a single drop from the source of life and sends him away on the back of a wildcat before anyone can stop them. Lucas escapes safely. The forest spirits are furious. When Kalina learns Lucas returned alive, she becomes convinced he's discovered the source of life. She secretly orders her assistant to watch him. Back home, Lucas mixes the magical drop into water and gives it to his uncle. Within moments, his uncle is completely healed. While the two celebrate, Kalina's assistant sneaks inside their house, searching for proof. Lucas's rooster attacks him, but he still manages to steal the mysterious leaf before escaping. Deep inside the forest, Mavka can't stop thinking about Lucas. She keeps his flute close, replaying every moment they shared. Finally, unable to resist any longer, she disguises herself and secretly visits the village. Lucas is overjoyed to see her again. It's obvious they've fallen in love. As Mavka prepares to leave, Lucas convinces her to stay for the village festival. She agrees, but neither of them realizes Kalina is about to discover exactly who Mavka really is. During the celebration, Lucas performs for the entire village. As the music fills the air, Mavka's magic begins slipping away. Her true forest form slowly starts to appear, and the crowd suddenly realizes she isn't human. She's a spirit from the forbidden dark mountain forest. Lucas and Mavka desperately try to explain the truth, but Kalina doesn't give Mavka a chance. She convinces the terrified villagers that creatures like Mavka are responsible for every flood, drought, and disaster they've ever suffered. Within moments, the crowd turns against her. Mavka is tied to a stake. Kalina orders her to be burned alive. Lucas rushes in to stop them, but Kalina's guards knock him unconscious before he can reach her. Just as the flames are about to rise, Mavka extinguishes the fire with her own magic. At the same time, Cat Frog cuts through the ropes, allowing her to break free. She runs toward the forest, but frightened villagers surround her from every direction. Then the Guardian suddenly appears. He drives everyone back and safely brings Mavka home. Back in the village, Kalina immediately tells everyone the forest spirits are coming to destroy their homes. If we don't attack first, they'll wipe us out. Terrified, the villagers agree to march on the dark mountain forest. Meanwhile, Lucas wakes up locked inside a flooded cellar. Kalina has one final trick. She disguises her assistant to look exactly like Mavka and threatens to kill her unless Lucas reveals the secret path into the forest. Believing Mavka's life is at stake, Lucas gives her the way in. Only then does Kalina reveal the truth. It was never Mavka. She locks Lucas inside and leaves him to drown. Back in the forest, the Guardian finally tells Mavka the full story behind the ancient fire. Long ago, he trusted a human exactly as she trusted Lucas. That single mistake forced him to unleash the fire spirit, destroying both the invading army and much of the forest he had sworn to protect. It's a mistake he's regretted ever since. Unfortunately, history is about to repeat itself. Kylina leads the villagers into the forest with a massive war machine, determined to seize the source of life once and for all. The Guardian gathers every creature willing to fight. The final battle begins. As the war machine tears through the forest, Mavka desperately tries to stop the fighting before anyone else gets hurt. But Kylina finally reveals her biggest secret. She was the dying princess the Guardian saved centuries ago. That single drop of the source of life kept her young all these years. Now that its power is fading, she wants the entire tree. Then she delivers one final lie. She tells Mavka that Lucas never truly cared about her. He only wanted the reward. Heartbroken, Mavka loses control. Kylina immediately drives her machine straight toward the source of life. Meanwhile, Lucas's loyal dog finally reaches the forest and finds Hush. Together with Cat Frog, they race back to the village. While Hush distracts Kylina's assistant, the dog and Cat Frog rescue Lucas just before the rising water claims his life. Back at the battlefield, Mavka watches the forest burn. Animals flee in terror. Consumed by grief and rage, she calls upon the fire spirit itself. The flames explode across the battlefield, but the fire spirit demands a price. Mavka quickly loses control. The fire no longer attacks only Kylina's army. It's destroying the entire forest. Even the Guardian can't stop it. Everyone is forced to flee as a massive tornado of fire races toward the village. Then, Lucas finally arrives. Seeing Mavka completely consumed by the flames, he quietly raises his flute. He begins to play. The familiar melody reaches Mavka through the chaos. Slowly, her anger fades. The fire disappears. The storm finally ends. But the victory comes at a terrible cost. The fire spirit has drained Mavka's life force. Her body slowly turns dark and lifeless. Lucas refuses to leave her side. Moved by their love, the fire spirit makes one final choice. Instead of taking Mavka's life, it restores her. At the same time, Lucas is accepted as a guardian alongside her. Together, they become the bridge between humans and the magical forest. From that day forward, the people of the village and the spirits of the Dark Mountain Forest finally live together in peace, protecting both worlds side by side. And that's where the movie ends.